Welcome back to another video. In this one, we're going to be taking a look at a major nor'easter for the Northeast. We're going to be taking a look at the winter storm index of the variety and how strong the impacts will be, snowfall totals, temperatures, the winds, and all that you need to know for this winter storm. So this is the ACU's weather forecast here. Do not mind this. I don't know why this is showing, but there it is, the snowfall map out of the ACU's weather. I know this is like right off the bat, but I'd rather get this done and then go to the models and then show the National Weather Service forecast. Tonight will be my snowfall forecast I will have out. I'm in the process of making my snowfall map for this storm, but here's the ACU's weather. If you guys are in the whitish area colors, you're expecting a 1 to 3, okay? That's for areas across this region I'm about to mark right here. If you guys are in this line here, you guys are expecting 1 to 3, okay? 1 to 3 inches. Alright, those are the 1 to 3s. Then if we go into the pinks here, this is for that 3 to 6 inches. This is for 3 to 6 inches, you guys. Okay. That's for 3 to 6, okay? And then in the black is for that 6 to 12, okay? 6 to 12 right here. This is for that black area. Let's actually make it smaller. This is for that black region right through here. Sorry that my pen is a little bit big, but there it is. That's for the black. So that's for the 6 to 12 inches. Locally, even higher amounts, like 15 inches. This is the ACU's weather winter snowfall forecast for this nor'easter. Okay. That's theirs forecast. And then they go on with the discussion and the winter storm forecast exclusive. And they go through all that. And that's it. Okay. That's how the ACU's weather forecast. Now, let's take a look at some of the models, okay? We're not using the NAMs, okay? Reason is because the NAM is having a major glitch with this storm. It's having a glitch with the snowfall forecast and everything. And I've talked to some of my weather people that I know, and they have told me, yeah, don't use it. See if it fixes itself. If not, just don't use it at all. But we're going to use some other mesoscale models and some other models. A great model that I think has done an awesome job on this snowstorm has been her. Has been very consistent on the track and everything, and I really have faith into her model with this winter storm. Okay, so let's go here. Let's go look at the hours. We're going to have the timing frame here. So this is that 1 o'clock. This is about 10 a.m. 1 o'clock is 10 a.m. So this is about 10 a.m. All right. Let's go 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. This is midnight now. All right. This is midnight. Pretty quiet. Some rain showers, snow showers. Let's go another 5 hours. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning. Okay. You really don't see much, but you do start seeing what looks like an area of low pressure here, and we can actually raise that here. So it looks like an area of low pressure here. Now you're starting to get some of that scattered precip here along the low here. And then you're starting to get some developing snow out in here. Okay, most likely snow showers. Okay. So we said that was about 5 in the morning. Let's go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. So let's go 27 hours out, actually. And actually, I got the hours a little bit wrong here. Is 3. So it'll actually be a few hours behind. So this is probably more like 11 here. So if we actually go into 27 here, let's go into 27 hours out. Yeah, this is actually about 10 in the morning. So this is, I was a little off because I was using another different hour than her, and it threw me completely off. So this is about 11, 10 o'clock in the morning. There's our surface low right here. We have now our band of snow developed right in here. Moderate, light to moderate snow right now. Some of these down here may be heavier snowfall rates at this time. We got our coastal low really starting to develop here. This is going to continue to transfer, and this is going to bring very cold air behind it, okay? So we said this was 10 in the morning. Yes. So let's go 11 in the morning, 12. So this is about afternoon. This is 12 o'clock tomorrow, Sunday. And you are now starting to get that snow shields into the New England area right here. You got snow all the way back in here. And this is moderate snowfall. This is quite a bit of moderate snow. You got some of those heavier bands in here will be sporadic, closer to the low. You got our low pressure developing right off the East Coast. You got that wind direction really helping to bring some moisture into the coastal regions. You got a crashing Arctic outbreak right behind it. And this is that development of a nor'easter. Okay. So let's go. We said this was at 12. Okay, right? Yeah, this is 12. Let's go 1 o'clock to 3. So this is about 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon on her. We go another 3 hours. And yeah, our nor'easter continues to spin here. Continues to strengthen. Right along the East Coast too. This is pretty much along the East Coast. We got rain into the Delaware area, New Jersey area, southern New Jersey. But you got snow bands. Once again, that snow line. But you got some of these heavier, darker snow bands like in here. You got some in eastern Pennsylvania, even central Pennsylvania. You got some of those heavier snowfall rates. Okay. Could be 1 to 2 inches an hour. Alright. So we said 32 was 3 p.m. Okay. At this point, the low is probably a 999. Okay. We go into about 4 o'clock. There is that heavier snow. Let's go into 5. Now let's go into 5. So this is 5 o'clock. Probably some of the heavier snows. This is probably from like 12 o'clock to about 5 o'clock will be your heaviest snow across eastern Pennsylvania and regions back in here. Our low is right off the East Coast now with a 995 here. 995. Could it be a little stronger? Yes. You got heavy snowfall bands setting up across eastern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, even across the New England area with some of these darker blues. You got that winds really starting to kick up. And you got that Arctic front and lake effect starting to spill over. So a lot of winter weather to go around here. Okay. So we said this was about 5 o'clock. Okay. This is 5 o'clock. Let's go into 6 o'clock. It's still snowing very heavy. Back in Pittsburgh, starting to wind down. Our low is now a 994 millibar low. continuing to move. You got heavy snow bands all across here. This is once again 6 o'clock. So it's going to be snowing still at 6 o'clock. And this is starting about morning time tomorrow. So, so it's an all-day nor'easter. And the winds will be picking up too. We go into 7 o'clock, still spinning, starting to move away just a bit. We got still a strong low. Now I would say more of light to moderate snow back in these regions where I just circled. Moderate to heavy snow over here. Okay, so this is about 7 o'clock. We're still cranking out some snow. The worst is over though if you guys is in the areas right here. Okay, this is according to the HER. We got some other models. Pretty much show the same. This is now 8 o'clock, still snowing, lighter snows back into the northeast of Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York. Light to moderate snow bands still going. The winds are kicking up, so definitely you're getting that blowing snow. This is about 9 o'clock, light snow, and then 10, 11, pretty much it's completely out of New Jersey, New York City, Pennsylvania by 11 o'clock at night. Still snowing pretty good across the New England area. And yeah, we'll wrap it up with the precipitation. Okay. And now I would like to take a look at the wind gust. Okay. So we said, let's go into here. So let's go, we said 27 hours is like the beginning. So let's go to 27 hours. 27 hours, there it is. You're going to notice tomorrow morning it's going to get windy because you got now winds sporadically across here. 15 to 20 mile an hour wind gusts. You're going to notice a breeze in the air. You're going to notice that colder air. You're going to have that smell of the snow. You're going to feel like it's going to want to snow. And when it starts, it's going to dump. Okay? So this is about 10 in the morning here. Let's go 11, 12 in the morning here now. This is about 12 o'clock when that snow really starts kicking up. 15, 20 mile an hour winds with the coastal low developing. Am I right? Maybe I'm a little wrong. Yeah, this is about 12 o'clock when that snow is starting to kick off. Then this is about 1 o'clock, and you start noticing the wind increase just a bit. This is 2 o'clock. Yep, you're starting to notice those darker blues, even some purples. Now you're talking about 20 to 25 mile an hour wind gusts with some of that blowing snow. And then let's go 1, 2. Okay, so that's 2 o'clock. You go 3 o'clock. You're starting to notice some 25 to 30 mile an hour winds by 3 o'clock. So this is between that heavier snow periods coming out of the northeast, the northwest actually. So you're going to have a northwest wind, okay? About 25 to 30 miles an hour widespread. It's 4 o'clock. That wind continues to kick off. Now you're starting to see 30, 35 mile an hour wind gusts, even near 40 in spots. Okay? This is about 5 o'clock. This could be the heaviest snow with some of the heavier bands. And you're looking at a consistent 30 to 40 mile an hour wind gust. Okay? This is 6 o'clock. Now you're starting to even see some more winds here. It's about 40 to 45 miles an hour. 7, 8, 9. The winds will continue, get a little stronger, and then move out. And then you'll have that back end wind for tomorrow, Monday. Okay? Temperatures forecast here. Once again, this is about the start of the storm. You're hovering around 30, 32 degrees. But this is at 11 o'clock, continues 12 o'clock, starting. And when that snow starts, it's going to drop even faster. This is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is about 5 o'clock, and pretty much all of eastern Pennsylvania and northern are in the teens now. Northern Pennsylvania back in here, you're talking about lower teens. Alright, so that's 5 o'clock, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So when the snow just ends across these regions over here, you're talking about temperatures in the single digits, okay, and wind chills below 0, okay, very, very cold temperatures, and then that temperature continues to worsen, okay, very, very cold temperatures. So this is that visibility here, potentially, and yeah, you can really see it. This is that visibility, and we are talking about a quarter of a mile of visibility across many areas, about one there in the heaviest snows, in eastern Pennsylvania, you're talking about less than a quarter of a mile in seeing. Okay, very bad conditions. You wouldn't be able to see like 10 feet in front of you, but very bad visibility tomorrow too. The humidity, the road, it's gonna be pretty moist here with this low. It's gonna be, in the 90s here, so it's gonna be dumping pretty good. Now let's take a look at the total snowfall, and yeah, pretty much I see it like this. Eastern Pennsylvania, you're looking at 6 to 10 inches. Northern Pennsylvania, once again, 6 to 10 spots, maybe 11, 12 inches. New England area, generally 6 to 12 inches, I would say, across these areas up here. New York, you see about 6 inches. Philly, anywhere 2 to 4 inches. Areas like that. Central Pennsylvania, 2 to 4 inches, 3 to 5, around those areas. And yeah, that will do everything on the HER model, okay? That's pretty much everything I want to cover on the HER model. Now let's take a look at some of the mesoscale models, okay? And this is that one of those mesoscale models, okay? And you're looking at, we can just look on here. So this is about 10 in the morning, snow starting to fall, 11, 12. So this is 12 o'clock. We're getting to those moderate snowfall rates in these darker blues right here. You can really start seeing that. This is about 12 o'clock. Still a little breeze, nothing too much of a blowing snow factor just yet. And then you go into 1, 2. So this is about 2 o'clock. And this model shows the heavier snows starting maybe a little bit later back in here. This is that really heavy snowfall. And those winds will start be kicking off. Those will be coming out of the north here, like that. And even some winds like this, okay? If we continue to take a look, this is about 2 p.m. Let's go 3 p.m., 4 p.m. So probably 4 or 5 o'clock, according to the HER and this, will be your heaviest snowfall. Is in that 4 to 5 o'clock. And you can really tell because you got a 994 low. And you see some of these bands right here. These persistent, like, heavy bands across these areas. These could be dropping 2 to 3 inches an hour. And with the blowing snow. Okay. That's what I've been seeing on these latest forecast models is 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. It's out by like 8 o'clock for most regions. Just some snow showers left. And then this is into the New England areas. And this continues to bomb out. Okay. This is 10-in-1 ratio. So I would add another inch or 2 onto this. Probably I'll add, but this is a pretty good forecast, anywhere 6 to 10 inches all across, up to 12 inches in local spots. I think that's pretty fair. This is that WRF model here. This is another model we take a look at. This starts up a little later, but there it is. Our snow really snowing. Once again, it has the heavier snows, continuing into a few extra hours. But the snowfall totals here generally not too impressive on that model. The Wharf 2, though, yeah, no. Our Gen model here. This is another model I like to take a look at. And then I think the GFS and CMC will be right behind us. So, no, this is another model. A very good model. I like this one, too. It's about 10 a.m. starting with the snow. I think that's pretty fair there. 11, 12 starting to really snow. 1, 2, 3... 3 o'clock. Once again, you see, there's going to be a period where you're going to see some heavy snow. 4 and 5. Boom. 4 and 5. Probably one of your heavier snowfalls for eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. You will see probably 2 to 3 hours of 2 to 3 inches an hour. Okay. That's what it's looking like on a lot of these latest models. We'll have another update later on tonight and then very early update tomorrow morning. This is once again that 10-1 ratios. I like to use the other one, but this is one we can just use for now. Generally 6 to 10 inches, locally 11, 12 inches. I think that's pretty good for now on a lot of these models. I think we have come to a conclude for these. And this is now, we're going to take a look at the icon model. Here it is. And you're looking at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. The 7 o'clock, very heavy snow. And this really just snows on. Total snowfall, the icon here. I know the icon's been getting more and more aggressive here. Generally 3 to 6 inches. So I think that's good to wrap this whole event up. And then we take a look at the GFS. And this is 24 hours in. Okay, interesting. I would like to see how this GFS plays out here. Ooh. Probably lighter snows? I don't know. Pretty interesting. Now let's take a look at some of the National Weather Service as we're waiting on some of these models to come out. So this is that winter storm index. We have a moderate, probably going to get into major impacts later tonight. Across all eastern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Connecticut, Massachusetts, all these areas. And this are the impacts. This is hazard driving conditions. Use extra caution while driving. Closures and disruptions to infrastructures may occur. Okay. So now we're going to start looking at the National Weather Service's forecast. This is for Boston and parts of the Connecticut region and Long Island. You guys are near like Nantucket. You guys are getting nothing. Rhode Island, really nothing. Like Providence down, no. Providence, though, you guys could get a few inches. Boston, up to about a half a foot, potentially. And then back into central Massachusetts, Worcester, 6, 7, 8 inches. I would say generally 4 to 8 inches. Same thing with Connecticut. A little bit further to the west, more of that 6 to 10 inches. Okay. We look at Maine here. This is a generally 8 to 12 inches. I think this is pretty fair too. This is for that lower part. This is for that, I think the lower part. No, it's the upper part of Maine. And then this is the lower part of Maine. 4 to 6 generally around these regions. Then we take a look at the general areas, Connecticut, all these areas back into Western New York. Generally 4 to 8, 6 to 10 inches event across those regions. You could get even higher snowfall amounts. Then we take a look at the areas across back out in central Pennsylvania, you're looking at generally 3 to 5 inches. As you get closer to the coast, more of that 6-inch plus amounts. And then for the eastern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, generally a 6 to 10 inches event there too. Maybe even some higher amounts. But that's your National Weather Service forecast. And that's your official forecast. So that's what they're going for. We looked at some of the models. We're going to look at the GFS here. And actually, wow. I did not mean to spoil that, but GFS, I don't think really has changed anything. I think this is pretty locked in here because from 6Z to 12Z, actually the low is, I think, a little bit more aggressive here. And it's there it is, maybe a little bit less, maybe 998. We go into 36 hours. Okay, still snowing. Let's look at on here if we could. Nothing too much of a difference. I don't see a dramatic change. I think the total snowfall still stands here. Yeah, it still stands. I think it's just coming in more in agreement here. Generally, everyone sees 6 to 10 inches. Okay, some spots maybe up to a foot. I think that's pretty reasonable as we just continue to get the latest data. 6D was pretty much the same thing. Really no big differences here. Same thing with the wrap that is out too. Generally the same thing as to her. So that's pretty good. Okay. And then the gem. Okay, and that model's not out. The Euro has bounced into it. A general. Yeah. 6 to 10 inches here too. So pretty consistent.